Hello everyone, and welcome to the new grammar lesson. And today we're going to talk about two modal verbs, can and could. Well, actually, it's only one modal verb, can and could, and it's past form. Let's start. We use modal verbs can and could when we talk about skills, general abilities, permission, possibility, or impossibility. So in this video, we're going to have examples of all these cases. So we use can or can't, which is a shortened form of cannot, when we talk about the ability to do something in specific time, in present or in future. For example, I can dance. So I've got an ability to dance. I can dance. Or we can swim. Look at these cute kids. They can swim. They've got ability to swim. Or I can skip. And you, can you skip? I can skip. I love skipping. Or when we talk about something that we can't do, for example, where are you? I can't see you. So I'm looking for you and I can't see you. There are too many people. I can't see you. Or I can't ride a bike. I always fell off the bike. I've tried so many times, but I can't. I can't ride a bike. We use could and couldn't to talk about the past. As I've said, could is the past form of the verb can. For example, when Alice was a child, she could speak several languages. That means we're talking about the past. So Alice, she's already grown up, but when she was little, when she was a child, she could speak several languages. So we're talking about her past. Or when my brothers were 6, they couldn't swim very well. Now they are big boys and they swim pretty well, but when they were little, when they were 6, they couldn't swim. They didn't have this ability to swim. Also, you will see a lot a phrase like could have done. So we use could have to say that someone had the ability or opportunity to do something but didn't do it. For example, she could have learned French while staying in Paris, but she didn't want to. So this person, this woman or girl, she lived in Paris or she stayed there on holidays or whatever reason she was there. She stayed there for a certain period of time. She had the opportunity to learn French language, but she didn't want to. So she didn't learn anything. So we say she could have learned French, but she didn't want to. Or another example, I could have danced all the nights, but I went home. So I had the permission or I had time, the opportunity to dance the whole night, the party, but I decided to go home. So I could have danced all the nights, but I went home. The other case when we use can or could is to ask or to give permissions. For example, oh, can I ask a question, please? So you're sitting in the class, you've got your teacher in front of you, and you've got a question, you've got something to ask. So you ask, can I ask a question, please? Or another example, can we go home now? So probably you finish your exam or you finish your job, what you needed to do, and you're asking if you can go home. Can we go home now? When we want to ask permission in more formal, more polite way, we use could. So for example, could I ask a question, please? Or could we go home now? If you ask in more formal and more polite way, you've got more possibility to get the answer yes. So if you want to go home earlier or you want to ask a question, ask in more polite way. Could I ask a question, please? Could we go home now? We use can to give permission as well. So when you ask your teacher, can we go home? You will receive the answer, you can go home now. Or for example, you arrived late and you realize that you don't have any pen. And your classmate can say, you can borrow mine if you like. So your classmate give you permission to use his or her pen. When we borrow something, we use it with the intention to give it back. Don't forget to give back the pen. We use can to say that someone has permission to do something. For example, we can go out whenever we want. So for example, we're on holiday, so we can go out whenever we want. Or for example, students can travel for free. In some countries, students have this permission to travel, to use public transport for free. So students can travel for free. We use can't, which is a shortened form of cannot, to refuse permission or say that somebody doesn't have permission to do something. For example, you can't go out with your friends this weekend. Sometimes I have to punish my kids and say, I'm sorry, but you can't go out with your friend this weekend. You're punished. Now let's have a look at the example when we use can and could to express the possibility or impossibility. We use could to show that something is possible but not certain, so we're not sure about it. For example, they could come by car. Well, we are waiting for someone to arrive and they could come by car. It's possible, but we're not sure. Probably they will get a bus and they will come by bus. Maybe they will come by car, maybe not. So there is a possibility, but we're not sure about it. That's why we use could. They could be at home now. So maybe they're at home, maybe they're not. There is a possibility, but we're not sure about it. It's not certain. We can call and check and confirm, but at the moment, we're not sure about it. We use can to make general statements about the possibility. What is possible? For example, it can be very cold here in winter. So I live here and I know that sometimes it's really cold here in winter. So I'm saying that there is a possibility that it can be very cold here in winter. We use cannot or can't to say that something is impossible when we're 100% sure it's impossible. For example, that can't be true. So you've heard some information, some new, and you say, no, it's impossible to be true. That can't be true. Or you cannot be serious. You're joking. I'm sure you're joking. It can't be serious. We use could to make general statements about the past. For example, it could be very cold there in winter. For example, when I was a child, I lived in Siberia. And I tell you, they could be very cold there in winter. So I'm talking about the past. We use could have to make guesses about the past. For example, it's 10 o'clock. They could have arrived by now. It's 10 o'clock. They could have arrived by now. So we're expecting someone, for example, somebody arrived at the airport and you know that it's 10 minutes to drive from the airport to your house and they could have arrived now. So these people haven't arrived yet and you're asking, where are they? They could have got lost. So you're guessing. You're guessing that, they should have arrived like 10, 15 minutes ago, but they are not here yet. So they could have got lost. We use can't have or couldn't have to say that the past event was impossible. For example, they know the way here. They can't have got lost. So we're talking about the same people. Where are they? They could have got lost. And the other person say, no, they know the way here because they've been here before, so they know the way and they can't have got lost. Probably they stopped somewhere to do some shopping. If Jones was at work until 6, he couldn't have done the murder. So here we're talking about the crime. The crime was committed, the murder was committed, and obviously Jones couldn't have done it. couldn't have committed this crime because he was at work at that moment. So if Jones was at work until 6, he couldn't have done the murder. And now let's have a quiz. Are you ready? Let's start. The question number 1. She 5 different languages. Can speak, could speak, or can have speak. We don't see anything that's saying that it happened in the past. So we're talking about abilities at present. And it will be, she can speak 5 different languages. Number 2, Mary lost her glasses. So she, anything, can see, couldn't see, could see. Abuot says that this sentence is in the past. So we can't use can see, couldn't see, or could see. Obviously, if she lost her glasses, she couldn't see anything. Number 3. I borrow your eraser, please. Obviously, you're talking to your friend or you're talking to your classmates. So you will ask, can I borrow your eraser, please? Number 4. When I was a child, my family lived in China. I, Chinese, but I didn't. Could learn, can have learned, or could have learned. Above was and lived, saying that it happened in the past. So the sentence is in the past. So we can't use have, can have learned. We can use could learn or could have learned. But which one we're going to use? We're talking about the opportunity or possibility that didn't happen. So it will be could have learned. So I had the opportunity to learn, but I didn't learn. And number 5, I'm 15, so I drive a car yet. So I'm only 15. I can drive, can't drive, or could drive. Obviously, under 16, we can't drive a car. So I'm 15, so I can't drive a car yet. Congratulations! Well done! We've arrived! I hope you will enjoy the video. If you want to keep on learning and having fun with me, click like, subscribe. It's Teacher Alice and see you next time. Bye bye for now.